we're doing our Tiger unit, Tiger Basics. So, I can start my spiel all over. So, our Tiger Basics, for three of you that have been here for quite a while, what we're going to learn, the very first thing we're going to learn is be our Tiger stances. And what I like to refer to our Tiger stances is it's the alphabet for the rest of our Kung Fu, okay? When we do any of our other Kung Fu, when we do our forms, and then some of the stuff that we're going to be doing after this class that, for the more advanced students, we're going to be doing these exact same stances, okay? So, I think I've given this to everybody that's been here. I've said that at the very beginning. It's like, it's the alphabet. How true is that?
That's true.
It's true. It's very true. Because like once we get into it, and it's like, where we start doing our stances, it's going to be 95% these, I think, 6 or 7 different stances. Okay? All right. Whew. So, first thing we're going to start with is what we refer to as our tiger claw. What we're going to do is we're going to start with our hands straight out. Fingers are going to be a little bit apart. We're going to pull those hands back as far as we can on those wrists. We're going to curl those fingers down. Okay? This is our tiger claw. So the fingers are a little bit away from the hand, and your fingernails are down. So this is for scratching. It signifies grabbing. I mean, technically this will be our grab symbol, but this can be for grabbing. And what I also want you to do is feel the muscle on the underside of that arm. That should be tight, okay? So this is also a strength exercise. So the further back you can pull that and the harder you can pull that, the better that's going to be for those forearm muscles, all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, for my more advanced student, this is a little different from our leopard palm, where the leopard palm is, the fingers are all pulled back. Okay. All right. Let's get into our K-Tai-K, all right? When I say attention stance, you say, yes, sir. You bring the feet together and hands down by your side. Attention stance.
Yes, sir.
When I say stand tall, we're going to make fists. Those hands, pull those fists up by your ribcage and say, yes, sir. Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
Right. Good. We're going to do our Tay, Tai, Pei. When I say Tay, you're going to bend your knees and you're going to turn your toes out. Tay.
Hey.
When I say Tai, you're going to bend those knees again. You'll turn the heels out. Tai.
Tai.
When I say Pei, we're going to bend those knees still a little bit. Let's bring in our step. We're going to jump, and we're going to have those feet about shoulder width apart. Okay. Hey.
Hey.
All right. Now, this is what we refer to as our horse stance. All right. And when we do this, let's see. Maybe your feet just a little bit further apart. Oh yeah, it's locked.
I know.
Okay, how did I unlock it? Okay. Grab our feet just a little bit further apart. Ideally, you want to have those toes pointed forward. And you're going to push those knees out. Yeah. Don't worry about it too much your first day. Don't go too low into it. All right. Maybe just a little bit closer together. So, yeah. You're going to feel this right here. Yeah, do you feel it right now? Right there? Yeah, so here's the thing. What I always tell my students is only go as low as you can, where you can hold it for 20 minutes. So that's how long the class is. Because I have a lot of students where they want to go all the way down to the bottom. They start class like that, and they end the class like this. Right? Feet together.
Yes, sir.
Ooh. Shake it out. The horse dance is the kind of like a traditional training in Kung Fu. So this is how they build their legs, build the strength in their legs. It's still a kind of a static pose, but it's gonna make those legs really strong. Okay.
Sir.
And then one of the things that kind of happens with students, and this happens a lot with newer students, is they'll only come like once a week. Because like on Thursday, like they'll show up Tuesday, they'll do the horse dance. Thursday, their legs will be sore, so they don't show up. And they come back the next week, and then their legs are sore on Thursday. So this is kind of one of those things where if you don't feel like to be sore, you have to be consistent with the training of this. Okay?
Sir.
At least twice a week. All right. So let's get into that horse stance. Attention stance.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
We're going to open those tiger claws, so we're going to have them down. We're going to say Tay, Tai, Pei.
Tay, Tai, Pei.
And ideally, you're going to have all the weight's going to be in your heels. Your toes are going to be pointed forward as much as possible. Don't hurt yourself on this one. This one requires a little bit of flexibility. And we're gonna do our horse stance center. Those claws are gonna come out, all right?
Sir.
We're gonna sink ideally, your chest is gonna be pushed up forward, and you're gonna sink it. You don't wanna have the butt out, but you also don't wanna have the knees past the toes, all right? So knees should be almost directly above the toes.
Sir.
Just hold this as long as you can. We're gonna go beat together.
Sir.
All right, the next thing I want to talk about is our straight but not straight, bent but not bent. Bent but not bent, straight but not straight. And that is, for all of our kung fu, we're gonna have our arm about as straight as possible without it being locked out. It's gonna have a little bit of a bend in it, okay? And that is because this is a very strong position for our arm to be in. So if we're gonna do our blocks are gonna come out here. But if we have it completely straight, we're in danger of hyperextending this elbow, okay? And we don't want to damage that elbow. So just having a little bit bent is going to keep that elbow from getting hyperextended. All right? Later on, especially in our advanced class, one of the things you're going to learn are moves where somebody comes in to punch you over that elbow as a block. Especially if somebody's got that hyperextended, you block that elbow, it's actually going to break your elbow. I also have to do this other caveat. Kung Fu is for self-defense only. We're going to learn a lot of stuff in Kung Fu that it's like we're going to get into sparring, we're going to get into the fighting. We're going to also learn a lot of stuff that you're not allowed to do during sparring. So Kung Fu is kind of a violent martial art. So unlike boxing where you're punching the face, we go for things like ankles, knees, groin, throat, eyeballs. So it's a lot of things that would normally be kind of illegal in a lot of other martial arts. Or not really martial arts, but other fighting sports. Because traditionally, Kung Fu was meant as an actual self-defense to disable the person that you're against and get away as quickly as possible. Okay. So, all right. Let's learn our next dance.
Sir.
Pinch stance.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
Open tiger claw, say Tai Tai Pei.
Tai Tai Pei.
Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
All right, hope that was long enough break that everybody's legs recovered.
Sir.
So now we're gonna go into our bow stance, okay? So we're just gonna turn to our right. That back leg is gonna be straight and the front leg is going to be bent. Okay? And then what I'm gonna have you do is, yes, that back foot is gonna turn a little bit forward and be at an angle. Your right hand's gonna come down to your waist, and your left hand is gonna sit right on top of it. That's our tiger's mouth. Okay? And you can sink into this about as deep as you're comfortable with. And we're just gonna hold this. This is also another strength exercise. You're definitely gonna feel this one. Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
And we're gonna go to the other side. Bow stance left.
Bow stance left.
That back leg is
Straight.
the front leg is
Bent.
good. Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Okay. Our next one is our cat stance. So we're gonna put all of our weight in one leg. The other leg is gonna step forward. Okay. There should be very little weight in this leg. We're gonna do our cat stance right. And right foot's gonna be forward. Left foot's gonna be back. So all of your weight should be in that back leg. You should be able to pick up that front foot without shifting back. The idea is that they shift back. Because what you'll see sometimes with some of the students is they'll pick that foot up, but they'll shift. So that's what we're trying to avoid, is that shift. And this one's also only go as low as you can. Good. Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Cat stance left.
Cat stance left.
It's the same thing. All of your weight's going to be in one foot, and we're going to try to get very little weight in that other foot. This is what we sometimes refer to as our check, to see if you can actually pick that foot up without shifting. Good. Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Feet together.
Sir.
All right. Whew. Get our way all the way up to that crane stance. Okay.
Sir.
Attention stance.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
Open tiger claw, say Tai Tai Pei.
Tai Tai Pei.
Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Bow stance right.
Bow stance right.
Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Bow stance left.
Bow stance left.
Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Cat stance right.
Cat stance right.
Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Cat stance left.
Cat stance left.
Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Our next one's going to be our cross stance. So what I'm going to have you guys do is you're going to, we're going that way. For our cross stance right, we're going to plant that right foot. The left foot is going to step behind. Okay? So it should be, I've got a line here. My right foot is in front of the line, the left foot is behind the line. Okay? And then when we sink straight down. We're going to push that left thigh against that right calf. Okay? That's how you're going to pressure this. Yes, and we have our block. So you're going to block down and up. Right hand's up, left hand's down. And back to our horse stance center.
And center.
And we're going to do our cross stance left.
Cross stance left.
Left hand is up, right hand is down. Okay. Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Feet together.
Yes, sir.
Good. All right. So I'm going to kind of go over a few things on this one that's just kind of minor details, and that is kind of the do's and don'ts on this one as well. When I say go lower on this one, one of the things that a lot of students will have a tendency to do is to bend forward. So none of our moves to get lower ever bend forward. Okay, you always sink in the legs. So for this one, we're gonna go lower. We're gonna go lower in the legs. Okay, sir. Yes. All right. Ready for the last one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Attention stance.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
Open tiger claw, say take tight pain.
Take side, right.
Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Bow stance right.
Bow stance right.
Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Bow stance left.
Bow stance left.
Back leg is straight.
Straight.
Yes. So you'll know whenever the heel will be on the ground. Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Cat stance right.
Cat stance right.
Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Cat stance left.
Cat stance left.
All that weight's going to be on that back leg. There's no cross on this one. It's just all the weight's going to be in the back leg. And that leg goes kind of up to the side. A little bit of support. Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Cross stance right.
Cross stance right.
Good. Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Cross stance left.
Cross stance left.
Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Okay. Our last one's going to be our crane stance. So we're going to come up on one leg. We're going to have that right, we're going to get our left leg, and we're going to have that right foot forward. Okay?
Sir.
Those arms are going to go straight out. What I want you to do is focus on a spot on the wall that's not moving. We're going to make sure that we don't block out our support leg. So a little bit of a bend in it. Okay? We're going to flex those hands back. Yes. Our right foot will be in front of our left knee. Don't worry about it. This is hard. Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Crane stance left.
Crane stance left.
Good. Find that spot on the wall. Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Feet together.
Yes, sir.
Woo, shake it out. All right. How does everybody feel?
Good.
Can you feel that in your legs right now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. I feel like I gave everybody enough rest today. Next time there probably won't be as much talking. We'll be in the stances a little bit longer.
Yes, sir.
All right. That's it. That's all for class today. Let's line up and let's bow out. So when we do our bow out, just play along with us for now. We're going to make a fist with that right hand and cover it with the left hand. And then we're going to say our 5 parts, and then we will be done with class. Okay? All right. We follow the 5 parts: faith, respect, humility.
Bow to head instructor.
Bow to advanced, beginner, newcomer, and everybody at home. All right, basic training is missed.